2 Samuel chapter 6. Once again, David assembled all the chosen men of Israel, totaling 30,000. David then got up and, accompanied by all the people who were with him, went from Baale of Judah to bring up the ark of God. This ark is called by the name of the Lord of hosts, who dwells between the cherubim. They placed the ark of God on a new cart and transported it from the house of Abinadab in Gibeah. Uzzah and Ahio, sons of Abinadab, were guiding the new cart. While they were moving the ark of God from the house of Abinadab, which was in Gibeah, Ahio was walking ahead of the ark. David and all the house of Israel were celebrating before the Lord with all kinds of musical instruments made of fir wood, including harps, lyres, tambourines, castanets, and cymbals. When they came to the threshing floor of Nachon, Uzzah reached out his hand to steady the ark of God, because the oxen stumbled. Then the anger of the Lord burned against Uzzah, and God struck him down there for his irreverence, and he died by the ark of God. David became angry because of the Lord's outburst against Uzzah, and that place is called Perez-uzzah to this day. David was afraid of the Lord that day and said, "How can the ark of the Lord come to me?" So David was unwilling to move the ark of the Lord to the city of David. Instead, he took it aside to the house of Obed-edom the Gittite. The ark of the Lord remained in the house of Obed-edom the Gittite for 3 months, and the Lord blessed Obed-edom and his entire household. When it was reported to King David that the Lord had blessed the house of Obed-edom and all that belonged to him because of the ark of God, David went and brought the ark of God up from the house of Obed-edom to the city of David with rejoicing. As the bearers of the ark of the Lord advanced 6 steps, he sacrificed an ox and a fattened calf. David was dancing before the Lord with all his might, and he was clothed in a linen ephod. So David and the entire house of Israel brought up the ark of the Lord with shouting and the sound of the ram's horn. As the ark of the Lord entered the city of David, Saul's daughter Michal looked down from the window and saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord, and she despised him in her heart. They brought the ark of the Lord and set it in its place inside the tent that David had pitched for it. Then David offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. When David had finished offering the burnt offerings and peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord of hosts. Then he distributed to every Israelite, both men and women, a loaf of bread, a date cake, and a raisin cake. And all the people departed, each to his own home. When David returned to bless his own household, Saul's daughter Michal came out to meet him. She said, "How the king of Israel has distinguished himself today! He uncovered himself today in the sight of the maidservants of his subjects, as any vulgar fellow might shamelessly uncover himself." David replied to Michal, "I was dancing before the Lord, who chose me over your father and all his house to appoint me ruler over the people of the Lord, over Israel. I will celebrate before the Lord, and I will humble myself even more and humiliate myself. But by these slave girls you spoke of, I will be held in honor." As a result, Michal, Saul's daughter, had no children to the day of her death.